Hey, happy Wednesday night. This is RFK Tech. We are live on multi-stream. First time in history we're going to do a multi-stream. We are live on Facebook right now, YouTube, and Twitch, and Periscope. Yes, StreamYard has that capability now. So we are testing it out to see if it's going to do it on all the platforms here. Pretty awesome. So yeah, say hello to everybody. I still got some lighting issues to work. I see my shirt is going crazy. It's all about standing in the right spot and moving around, just how the light's hitting things. But I got some more LED lighting coming that I can kind of aim towards behind me more than to the front of me. So that's going to make things better. But welcome to 1080p for the first time on RFK Tech. So here we go. First time. Webcam is working beautiful. The green screen's working good. Just got it. I guess I could have picked a different shirt. You know how it's going to react differently on different colors and stuff. So I guess if I wore a white shirt or some other color shirt, it probably wouldn't be trying to bleed through like this. But that's okay. We ain't worried about that. So just happy to come out here live. I'll put a couple videos to you. I did a Starlink video today for you guys. So hopefully you like that. Starlink is really getting me excited. I mean, the rural America, oh my God, it's amazing. Rural America is fixing to get some internet. It's a shame. We're in 2020. We got all these wireless carriers out here. Ain't none of them can really get into the rural area that good and get coverage. But guess what? Starlink can do it. I can beam that stuff straight from the sky with 1,500 watts of millimeter wave power. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you didn't see it yet, make sure you go check it out. Tonight we're going to talk about Wi-Fi 6E. Some good things that Qualcomm's getting ready to do. So I was reading some of these specs, and it's like, wow. Some of these specs that you're talking about is almost like they're passing 5G that's coming out right now for the mobile stuff, and they're going straight to 6G. I mean, I don't know what 6G standards are yet, but I know they're talking about it, but that's 10 years away. But Wi-Fi looks like it's like smoking going fast, man. It's just amazing what's getting ready to happen. So let's see who's in here so far. We got Maverick in here. Arshawn's here. All the way from the UK. We got Joe. Baby Yoda's here. He's always there. I don't think he's missed a stream yet. I don't think so. Troy is here. I got my select dedicated group. Uh-oh, you guys are doing a countdown. Yeah, I know. Well, Carlos's live was just going on. I didn't want to start mine immediately right after because, you know, some people have to get something to eat real quick. They have to go to the bathroom, get the munchies, kick their dog because their T-Mobile was not working. Oh, did I say that? Oops. So 5 now, and then I didn't show up. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Sorry to do that. I should have adjusted time a little bit later on, but I didn't. So, but I had to get my coffee too, of course, you know. Can't do a live stream without some good old Dunkin' Donuts hazelnut coffee with French vanilla cream and coconut cream. Can you guys even taste that through the 1080p? Oh my God. Yeah, this webcam is awesome. Thank you guys. If it wasn't for my donations, I wouldn't be able to do it right now since I haven't been working because of the stupid corona thing going on. That's right. So Mike, Baby Yoda, Kyman, Paul, Gene, Troy, Adrian, those are my Patreons right there on the bottom ticker there. Dan, Kyman, Michael, Piazza, and Paul, you guys are my one-time donors. From all that you guys done has brought that possible. So they got the backdrop down, the green screen, got the 1080p camera. We have, yes, I know I'm late. Starting soon. There we go. Yep. You're late for dinner. Yeah, you know what they say about people who's late for dinner? If you're late for dinner, you don't get to eat as much. I mean, I saw a YouTube video. They was feeding the monkeys. They threw a bunch of bananas out there. The monkeys come out there. Holy cow. They come out there and they just swarmed over them bananas. and it was a minute later there was no bananas left, and they were out there pushing each other away, and then the monkey that showed up last, a monkey showed up last. He looked down, he was looking around, he was looking for the bananas. There wasn't no more. They're gone, and he was just shaking his head. He was actually shaking his head because he knew he was late to. He didn't get no bananas. Oh my God! Hello there, Mike. Welcome to the DJ Subwoofer on Periscope. See, that's what's nice about it. It tells you what platform. Just look on the little symbol there. It shows you where they're coming from there. So I'll have to send a comment out and see if the comments are going out that way too. Welcome to the show on Periscope, Twitch, and Facebook. Let's see. Let's see if that goes out. Let's see if we get any responses. Good evening, MS. Welcome. Troy, good to see you. Yeah, I'm hitting everybody that's already in here. Let's see. Got my coffee. We're ready to do this. My butt already rolled out. All that coffee gas. Coffee gas. Holy smokes. What kind of coffee you drinking, Troy? Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? I think you should go into a T-Mobile store and you should let some of that gas out. That's what I think you should do. Oh yeah. I smell skunk. Uh-oh. Somebody's vomiting over there. Subwoofer boss. Skunk Apes is probably busy eating that T-Mobile coax. Yeah, that's a possibility. Time to pass the gas to the skunk apes. Yeah, where's the skunk apes? I guess they're eating. There must be a new tower that they attempted to put up somewhere, and they're eating. It's not hard to eat the fiber when in the cables when they're all hanging down off the site because they got these budget telephone cell tower installers they're putting it on. So they don't even tie up the stuff. They just throw it up there and it's dangling up there in the wind. It's like, yeah, they're using cheap labor, man. Skunk Mobile will be down permanently when that hurricane hits. Oh yeah. While we're on that subject about the hurricane, I think it's less than 6 or 7 hours. It's going to make landfall, almost a Category 5. I'm telling you what, people, this is going to be disaster. Hurricane Michael last year, I think this one is going to be just as bad, maybe even worse, because this thing's got some good forward momentum, and it's not going to be good. So make sure you guys pray for everybody in East Texas and Louisiana especially. Oh my God, Louisiana's on the dirty side. The right side of the storm is always the dirty side. That's where all the high winds and the storm surge. They're talking about 9 to 13 feet storm surge. That's crazy. And it's going to have 100-mile-an-hour wind gusts all the way up to Shreveport. So all those trees are going to get taken out. All the power lines are going to take it out. This is probably going to be a 3 million people outage at least. So it's going to be a nasty storm. And then it's going to give a lot of rain too, about a foot of rain. So make sure everybody prays for all of our friends and families up there. Uh-oh. My buddy is in the hurricane's path. T-Mobile already on 2G. Are you kidding me? Both AT&T and Verizon are pulling 100 minutes. Yep, there you go. Already. As soon as the wind blows a little bit, stuff goes out. Let's see if I can get caught up in this chat. See, that's the biggest challenge whenever I go live. We got 21 in the live. Don't forget to hit that like button. And please share the stream, share the channel. I'm almost at 200. So if any of you are watching this live stream, make sure you check out my YouTube, because that's my primary channel is on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe. Let's see if we can get us at 200 likes or 200 subs by the end of the show here. Yep, for some reason weather hinders Skunk Mobile Network. Yeah, well. Okay, let's see. Yes, let's do it. Oh, here we go. This thing's moving up on me already. I hate it when it does this. Let's do this. 5GE, not 6E. Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about no fake 5G. That's for sure. Sticks. 0. Hey, Rams here. Oh, mysterious. Okay. All right, Jinto Kick Rouge 1. Okay. Good to see you again. Yep, you're on YouTube. The intro is catchy. Well, thanks a lot. Yep, and that's the other thing. My logo, as you see right up this way. right here, right there. Logo. Yep, I paid for that logo. It cost $60 to make a custom logo, and well, no, it's, yeah, $60 for the logo. Makes it in all different shapes and forms and sizes. The main reason I did that is because you had to do that for the merch store. You had to have a high DPI rating so that you could put it in the merch store when you do stuff. And then it's $10 for the intro video, so or for each one. So yeah, so you guys are donating and I'm spending. So your money is going to work on the channel. I'm not going to boats and hoes as Caleb and Carlos and them says. No, I'm retired from all that stuff. Kimon's here. There's one of our contributors there. Thank you for your donations. Let's see. Coffee. Keep your coffee. Yep, streaming at 1080p. That's wickedly awesome. Yep. It's hard to believe how much difference just going from 720 to 1080. It's just amazing. And it's 60 frames per second. So when you put your hands up, it's not all blurred up. I mean, 4K is even better. But at this time, I don't want to broadcast on 4K just in case some of you people may be watching it on T-Mobile. Because if I broadcast in 4K, you're going to be seeing it, and I don't want to do that to you guys. So hopefully this 1080p broadcasting is not doing that for T-Mobile now. So I don't know. I'm praying. Well, one thing you can do about it, you can definitely dump skunk. You go to AT&T, Verizon, then you can watch me in 1080p with no buffering. Exactly. I know 6 gigahertz is used for backhaul to communicate with other nearby cell towers. Surprised they bring in it to Wi-Fi. Yes, there is part of the 6 gigahertz band that was being used for that, but they're not using that anymore. They're actually using millimeter wave because they can do a lot more with it, more bandwidth and all that stuff. So right now, that's why the FCC opened up the 6 gigahertz band. Well, it's actually 6 and 7 gigahertz because it's 1,200 megahertz worth of spectrum. I'm going to show you here in just a minute. I did a little talk on this subject already before, but I just want to mainly bring to point what Qualcomm is doing to get this thing out quickly to everybody, and how Qualcomm, I think, is the #1 modem and Bluetooth technology out there, because there ain't nobody can beat them. I mean, you look at your Apple phone. I mean, you take one of these little rotten apples right here. Rotten apple with the Intel modem in it and the antenna module. Garbage, man. So Qualcomm, I can't wait to see it come into Apple devices. It may just make Apple great again. Yeah, there you go. There's a slogan for you. Make Apple great again. Here, I don't want to say that too much because then I'll be stealing it from you-know-who there. So, like T-Mobile being late. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm acting like T-Mobile today. I apologize. Okay, hello. 15 to 20 storm. Oh, it's getting worse. Josh is here. T-Mobile just went out on my buddy in the path of the hurricane. Oh, God. Well, if you're in the path of a hurricane, you need to be out of there because it's not safe. Because it can level whole structures down. All it takes is like a 120-mile gust, and it can take your whole house right on top of you. Knock a tree down and kill you. So anybody in the path of the storm within 60 miles on either side of that line, from the coast all the way up to Shreveport, you need to get out. You need to get on your car, load up all your crap, and get out right now. Evacuate, because if you're within that 120-mile swath going up through there, you're in trouble. You could die from the storm. So make sure you get out of there. Troy says he had Starbucks pumpkin spice coffee with pumpkin creamer. Well, I guess if it was October, that would sound good, but I don't know about now. But yeah, they gone some kind of crazy with some of these flavored coffees. There's some flavors out there that's crazy. I'm really surprised they haven't made a special flavor for TK. You know what flavor that would be? Let's see if anybody can guess that one. That's right. Badusi flavored coffee. Every time he goes in one of them cars on TK's garage. By the way, you got to go check that channel out. Auto auction rebuilds. Randy's awesome. TK's awesome. You got to go check out. It's a lot of fun. That's where that word come from. Now, that's his trademark. That's not mine. So, Ricky is in high definition. Yes, Josh. He is following Reed Timmer and chasing the hurricane. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Nothing like being a storm chaser. Well, that's kind of animal I don't like. Storm chasing tornadoes is easy because you can usually stay out of the pair of the path of those. But hurricane, it's just too big, too wide, and you just can't outrun them. You know, you just once it's there, you just can't outrun them. And if you try to hunker down and videotape it, you're just putting your life in jeopardy. So I pray that they're all safe, but we'll have to see. Oh, I got a little alert here. It says can't post comments to some destinations. Learn why. Okay. Uh, okay, so it can read them on Facebook. All right. Okay, so if you're posting on Facebook, evidently it can't come back here on the stream. So you can watch and all that, but you can't comment in Facebook. I just looked up the chat platform here, box here. So unfortunately, the only way to chat back on the live is on YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch. Oh, Facebook pages you can. So if you're watching this on Facebook pages, but not Facebook group, and that's what I have. I have this set up as a Facebook group and a Facebook profile. So I can get the messages that you send, but when I send a message out to you guys, you won't get it. So there you go. Let's see. Gregory's here. Good to see you. Is the Motorola Edge Plus still worth getting, or should I wait until it has a 660 modem in it? Okay, well, here, let's talk about this. Great question. Okay, right now, if you're going to buy a phone just because it has 5G in it, don't do it. Do not buy it. Forget it. Because right now, 5G is fake. It's not even real. It's in beta testing. Well, except for T-Mobile, it's in alpha testing. It's going to be probably in alpha testing forever. I don't know. We'll see if they can get their crap together. But right now, AT&T and Verizon is doing their non-standalone. They're starting to deploy the DSS. They're starting to deploy everything out there. They're upgrading the radio units and everything. They're getting everything ready. They're doing it right. When they go to a tower site, they're pre-setting everything up for a plug and play. So all we got to do is come in there and just update one unit, and it's going to go standalone. As far as the antennas and the controllers and the fiber, they're already updating all that. And see, when you go 5G, you just don't upgrade the antennas and the radios and all that stuff. You just don't upgrade that part, because that part is not what gets you the speed. It's the fiber. If you don't have fiber going up in there that can handle the 5G and the good latency and all that, then you're just spinning your wheels. So it don't do no good to upgrade. It's just like this. If you put a 1,000 horsepower motor in your car, you don't upgrade the transmission. You don't upgrade the transfer case if it's all-wheel drive. You don't upgrade the axles, the drive shafts, all that stuff. What's going to happen when you're out there, as they say, swinging it? I call it drifting. You know, Tokyo Drift. That's drifting. But there's some people out there calling it swinging because the car swings around the circle. So why they changed the name, I don't know. But to me, old school, it's drifting. So you're out there doing that. I don't care how much power you got, but the weakest link is going to break. So if you got a weak drive shaft that can't handle that power and torque, it's going to snap. Just like the Hellcat. When the Hellcat came out, they couldn't use the standard transmission. They had to redesign and engineer a transmission that can handle that 650 torque it's hitting it. So you have to upgrade everything. When you upgrade one thing, you have to upgrade everything. It's the same with wireless. You can't just throw some nice shiny 5G antennas up there and then make it turn on a 5G icon on your phone and say, woo, we're first. We got 5G. Woo! Yeah, that's just crazy. Mad crazy. You know what's going to happen when that happens? When you go bragging about your network and you're saying it's better than everybody else and we're first, you know what's going to happen? This is what happens. The skunk apes will come out and they're going to eat everything off your tower. Well, look at this little, wow, look at them teeth on him. Holy cow. Is that a gator he's holding in his mouth? Hand? Oh my God. Well, that's a pretty interesting little pic. I'm gonna try to make a logo with this little skunk ape here. I gotta find somebody that's able to do some photoshopping, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the skunk ape and I'm gonna put him on tower, climbing up a T-Mobile tower, and I'm gonna have him holding on the tower as he's climbing up. And on the other hand, I'm gonna put a 5G antenna on there, like a Span 71 antenna on there, that he's eating the antenna instead of the gator. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah, so I got some neat and exciting stuff coming out in the merch store. So if you haven't donated yet, I know I don't have super chats yet, but you can still do a one-time donation on PayPal, or you could do the monthly on the Patreon. So if you donate a little bit more, I'll be able to get this merch store going and get all kinds of things. If you have something you want to see on my merch store, make sure you let me know. Let me know so that I can get that out for you. Because if you guys will buy it, I will make it. I will definitely do that. Yeah, as far as the Motorola Edge Plus, don't forget too that they're having screen problems with that phone. Some people's having problems and some people ain't. But right now, the only reason to buy a 5G phone now with the X55 modem in it is if you need better LTE performance. If you want to take advantage of the LTE performance part, then yeah, you can go it. Because if you get a 5G phone for AT&T right now, it's able to use the LTE modem and just do some amazing things. The carrier aggregation and all that stuff is amazing now. So they're blending all the bands together to get you more speed. And the reason AT&T is fast on 5G, I mean the real 5G, is because of carrier aggregation of LTE. Because right now they only got N5. N2 is going to be deployed soon, and then N4, N66, N12, N14. I mean, all the bands eventually will have 5G on it with DSS. And then January 2021, when they flip that switch on, they're going to go to standalone on all bands. Low band, all the bands on low band, all the bands on mid band, all carrier aggregated together, all that spectrum, all that efficiency with the 5G antennas. It's going to be smoking fast. But right now, AT&T's 5G is faster because of that. So right now, I would hold off on any phone. If you don't care about 5G, I would just buy a cheap budget phone. There's a Google Pixel phone that's out that's got some pretty good specs in it. Not too bad. Has a good modem in it. Get something like that. Or do this. Buy a Note 9 from last year. It's a flagship phone. It's a great phone. So you could buy a flagship phone from last year and just rock with it until the X60 modems come out in the phones next year. But that's true. The X60 modem will be able to do carrier aggregation on low band, mid band, and high band. So you can't really have true standalone until you have that. Plus, you have to have the voice over NR, which you got to have that. If you can't do voice over NR, you can't do. It's not going to be standalone ready. So why make a standalone network when the equipment's not even ready? When the phones are not even ready? That's like making 5G towers out there when there's no full 5G phones available. It's just crazy. How are you going to access it if you don't have nothing? If you don't make anything? That's why I don't understand. Some of these cell phone companies are just doing stuff stupid. Well, I shouldn't say some of these. There's only one. You know who. Good old Skunky. Look, Gene's here. Good to see you, Gene. All right, let's get to this here. I'm yakking too much, and I'm not catching up in the chat here. Let's see. Bro, where's the skunk apes in the chat? I don't know where they are. I guess they're eating out. Yeah, they're probably out eating fiber right now. What's the world's record fastest real-world LTE speed? Well, all the records are held in labs because they set up stuff in a lab and it's perfect conditions. Everything's perfect. So they get to, that's where you get these stats are here, like, maximum theoretical speed or whatever, That's what it is. It's just all in theory. But once you go out in the real world, then you got all these factors that matter. I mean, you got the air conditions, the density of the air, whether it's much moisture in the air. You got items out there. You got trees. You got buildings. You got all that kind of stuff. You got skunk apes climbing your tower. All that stuff affects your speed. So, yeah, good old skunk apes. Mm-hmm. All right, we got 19 people in here. Let's go to the screen here. All right, let's see. All right, so let's talk about Qualcomm Wi-Fi 6E. So as you know, I've already did a live stream. I talked about Wi-Fi and Bluetooth already. So if you haven't got to check out those live streams or videos, just go there and check them out in the replay. But what I want to do is just talk a little bit more about Qualcomm, what they're doing. So Qualcomm is already starting on the 6E. Now the E on the end of the 6, the E actually stands for extra bandwidth, is what that it means. It's extra bandwidth, so that's why they put that. You know, AT&T, their 5GE, they call it evolution. Yeah, okay. Well, the skunk ape has evolved out of a very hairy, stinky, with big teeth and scary creature. So they evolved. I'm sure back in the day they wasn't that ugly or hairy or stinky or all that stuff. So they evolved. Well, think of 6E as extra bandwidth, because you already know for Wi-Fi, is from my previous live stream, you got 2.4 gigahertz. That's a band. Then you got 5.8 gigahertz. That's another band. The 5.8 has more channel bandwidth in it. So here, let's just show you. Here, check this out. Yeah, 2.4 gigahertz is down here. These are the bands. See, there ain't very many bands. There's 320 megahertz channels, or 140, basically. You can't really do more with that. 5 gigahertz come out. Look at there. Now we have 25 20 megahertz channels, which is the small channels. Or you can bond them together and make 12 40 megahertz channels. Or you can do 6 80 megahertz channels. Or if you want to get really crazy, you can do 2 160 megahertz channels. Okay. Now, when you're talking about large channel bandwidths and everything, and certain parts of the band, you have to do DFS. Whenever the cellular companies or unlicensed people are using this band for commercial use, they have to have DFS, which is dynamic frequency sharing. Now, it's pretty, all these terms are coming out. There's 3 different terms you got to know. This is dynamic frequency sharing. This is just sharing the unlicensed in the same unlicensed band in Wi-Fi. Now, you got SAS, okay, that's in band 48, CBRS band. That is spectrum access sharing. That's when you got all these people, 3 different tiers sharing the spectrum. So they all have priority on there. It's like first come, first serve, plus you got licenses that they got. So that's where you got that. That's why it's called spectrum access sharing. All right, so everybody's sharing the access. Now the DFS means dynamic frequency sharing. So basically everybody's sharing these frequencies as well. Now, when they came up with the extended band, look at this on the right. Look at this, all of this bandwidth. Now this can be used in home Wi-Fi routers. So the Zeus routers that will be coming out is going to have this Wi-Fi 6E, and it's going to be crazy. If you got a 2 gigabits internet at your house, you'll be able to put that 2 gigabits right straight to your phone or any device, your computer or anything. And actually it can go even faster than that, as I'll show you here in a minute. This is like very, very, very fast. Look at this, 7 channels at 160 megahertz. That's crazy. That's more spectrum than any wireless carrier has out there. There's one carrier, I think it's actually T-Mobile and Sprint together, has a total of 160 megahertz on all their bands. So can you imagine 7 times 160, the bandwidth? This is crazy. So, of course, we're getting some more bandwidth with 3.7 and 3.4 on the C band, and later auctions, which is going to help them out. But for now, they're going to be doing another. Right now, we have band 46, which is also, it's a shared LTE, and also they're going to be making it into 5G as well. I don't know if the FCC is going to make band 46 incorporate this new technology into band 46, because actually it's 5.2 gigahertz. It's like right in here. This little gap you see right here, this is what the actual band 46 is in right here. It's right in the middle. It's in the middle of this band 46. And it's it's unlicensed, shared, first come, first serve. So I don't know if they're going to use band 46 there, or if they're going to come up with a new band number. That's probably what they're going to do. The FCC is probably going to have to certify this as a whole new band. So we don't know what band number it's going to be. But for LTE and 5G, It's going to be a new band number, and it's going to share this with home people. But look at this. Even still, you got 2940, you got 1480s, you got 7160s. That's just crazy. Massive capacity. So that's what that is. Let's see what we got here in the live chat real quick. Let's see if anybody else popped in here. I hate this trying to find my place. I wish StreamYard. I love StreamYard. Yeah, I had to pay an extra $25 a month for the 1080p broadcasting too. So now StreamYard's $50 a month, but it's well worth it to do 1080 for you guys. Okay, here's a question. See, LTE in the lab hit like 1 gigabits. Yeah, for LTE. Perfect conditions don't equal real world. Yep, that's right. I heard AT&T hitting around 500 megabits on some small cells. Yep, especially if they got band 46, LTEU, which is LTE unlicensed. Mikey Tech Review. Okay, you're on Periscope. All right, so how's the feed doing on Periscope? Yeah, so if you're on Periscope or Twitch or Facebook, if you're on them lives, make sure you comment here and let me know how it is. Now, remember, if you're on Facebook, I won't be able to type back to you, but I can say stuff back to you. So, is the blue Wi-Fi 6 or Wi-Fi 6E? The blue. Is that in the picture here, you mean? The blue? Yes, that's correct. The blue is Wi-Fi 6E. That's all brand new. So from 5925 all the way up to like 7100. So 5.9 to 7.1 gigahertz is completely a whole brand new band that they made. So yes, I mean, it is like 4 or 5 times. I'd say it's probably 6 times bigger than the current Wi-Fi. So it's gonna be really awesome. Okay, here's another question. Wi-Fi 6E faster than the Wi-Fi that's out there now? Absolutely, it's going to be faster because it's going to have more bandwidth. The bandwidth's going to make it faster. Plus, Wi-Fi 6 already has the new technology, the multiple user massive MIMO, the MIMO as they call it. So yeah, it's going to be definitely faster. It's going to have a lot more bandwidth. It won't be as much congestion like there is now. Like if you go into an urban setting, you go on your phone, you look at all these Wi-Fi names. I mean, there's literally hundreds of Wi-Fi names because you're picking up all these, your neighbor stuff and everything else. With this launch, when you get this new equipment, you better put your stuff out there and be by yourself out there. It'd be like living on a 100-acre farm. Your house is in the middle of it. You're not sharing your property with anybody else. Now, if you're in a condominium, or apartment complex, guess what? You're sharing that whole area. There's common areas and all that. All you have is just your little spot in your apartment. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot better. Will current Wi-Fi 6 routers be upgraded, or will it require new hardware? Good question. Yes, Joshua. Unfortunately, it's not going to be software because the FCC has to approve these new frequency bands, and Qualcomm has to build the chips that's able to do everything. So, yes, you have to get a new device. So we don't know what they're actually going to call it because right now it's AC is Wi-Fi 5. 802.11 AC is Wi-Fi 5. 802.11 AX is Wi-Fi 6. So I don't know what the actual, I probably talked about in my last live stream what the actual standard is, but that's going to be another standard on top of the Wi-Fi 6. So basically what they did is they put a 6E on. So they're calling it Wi-Fi 6E, but it's going to be, I don't know if it's going to keep the same letters. Maybe it's going to be AXE. Maybe that's what it's going to do. It's going to keep the AX since that's Wi-Fi 6, and then just put an E on the end of it for extra bandwidth. So we don't know that exactly. FCC is still working all out, but Qualcomm is already making this stuff. So they're already engineering and getting ready to make this stuff. So I don't know when the first Wi-Fi 6E stuff will be out on networking, but guess what? They're already starting to put this in phones. The new modems coming out already has Wi-Fi 6E in it already. I'm going to have to look up and see which phones it is. I think the Galaxy Note 20 that just came out. I know Carlos did an unboxing today on that phone. I didn't even get a chance. I slept all day, so I didn't even get a chance to watch that yet. But we'll have to check with Carlos and see. Now it has the Fast Connect 6900 in it, which I think that has the Bluetooth 5.2 in it, and it has the Wi-Fi 6E in it. Although the technology is not out there for the routers and stuff, or the cell phone companies out there with 5G on Wi-Fi 6E using those frequencies. Nobody's done that yet, so that's all still in the early stages, but it's coming. Okay, let's see what we got. What's the range on the 6 gigahertz? It's going to be pretty much the same exact range as 5.8. It's going to be the same range. It's just the thing is, it's going to have more bandwidth. Now, here's the thing. The one thing that caused most range to decrease is congestion. Because remember this, if you got a bunch of people on the same Wi-Fi channel using it at the same time, it's going to get congestion. There's going to be retries or repings and all that. The modem's got to send the data back and forth over and over again to try to get the message out. It's crowded. So when that happens, it slows the speed down and it slows the range down because you got to be closer to get the more signal. But here, when you got a clear channel with nobody else on it, you got the bandwidth now. Now you're going to have a little bit more range, I would say, and you're going to have a little bit better speed. Now, when you go to the wireless mobile carriers, when they start using this 5G unlicensed 6E band, then they have to use low power as well. They can go as much, if they're doing outdoor equipment, they can do a 1 watt, a maximum of, I think it's 50 ERP. It's pretty much similar to band 48 CBRS. They're maxed out at 50 watts ERP. I imagine it's going to be the same exact for this. But you got to remember, too, they got to be very careful. Now, they're already asking for more power on this band, but you can't do that. You can't put high power on a low power band, especially when you got people using it in private areas like your houses and businesses and schools and stuff like that, because you're just going to cause congestion and interference when you make the signal. Basically, you're going to create the same environment as you had before. So it's kind of stupid and crazy to jack the power up and cause congestion on the band from the wireless carriers when you're just trying to relieve the capacity and or the congestion and increase the capacity. Is 6 gigahertz best for online gaming? Oh, yes, absolutely. These huge channels are going to be awesome because you're going to have really low latency, because with the massive user MIMO, multiple in, multiple out, it's going to, and also it's more data streams. So like each device, like if you got 10 devices hooked on your Wi-Fi network, this new technology can actually dedicate a 160 megahertz stream to your phone or computer device just for you. You don't even have to share it with your house. It's just you got your own dedicated pipeline straight to your phone. And that's why you're going to be able to do all these amazing speeds. So you got advanced features like Qualcomm 4K QAM for support for high-speed 160 megahertz channels for multi-gigabit per second speed with superb stability and consistent experiences. Yeah, 6E is the best thing for gamers, man. I'll tell you what. If you're a gamer, this is going to be great for you because you're going to have extra low pings. You're going to have massive bandwidth. Your gameplay is going to be better. Massive capacity. With 1200 megahertz of new spectrum to leverage, Qualcomm Wi-Fi 6E offerings pair infrastructure architecture scaling up to 16 streams with 8 stream sounding capabilities and client designs. Both feature Qualcomm multi-user traffic management techniques. Oh yeah, look at all these big words. And universal uplink downlink traffic support to drastically increase capacity utilization while reducing congestion. This is just amazing. Ultra low latency. Clear 6 gigahertz spectrum occupied only by the efficient Wi-Fi 6 traffic designated to deliver significant reductions in latency, increasing responsiveness for latency sensitive applications. Next generation Qualcomm Networking Pro Series introducing Qualcomm Tri-Band Wi-Fi 6 offers simultaneous operation in 2.4 gigahertz band, 5.8 gigahertz band, and the 6 and 7 gigahertz bands. 4 Wi-Fi 6E supporting platforms Leverage an industry-first architecture to manage and maintain connectivity for up to 2,000 clients simultaneously. This is like having a cell phone tower in your house. That's what this technology is. It's amazing. Designed to deliver multi-gigabit speeds, high bandwidth, and a surge in low latency network capacity. And then with mobile connectivity, the Qualcomm Fast Connect mobile connectivity system is primed to redefine Wi-Fi connectivity for the next generation of mobile and computing devices by extending the power of Wi-Fi 6 into the 6 gigahertz band, aka Wi-Fi 6E, with Wi-Fi speeds up to 3.6 gigabits per second. All right. And look, Verizon's doing 2 gigabits per second right now with millimeter wave. So look at this. So Wi-Fi is already getting ready to pass up 5G. So that's why I actually put in this. It wasn't clickbait. I put 6G in there. It was not clickbait. This is truly pre-6G technology. If these same things are actually put out there, the same bandwidth, the same technology, in a macro setting, which they're already starting to deploy around the country, can actually make it super duper fast. And then you got VR class, which virtual reality class, low latency and multiple user feature innovation delivered to new and clean 6 gigahertz spectrum. This system takes Wi-Fi performance to a new generation. So yes, that is very, very amazing here. All right, let's go back to the questions here. I'm sure you guys got more questions here. Yeah, Wi-Fi is a cool technology to talk about. It's very interesting. But there aren't that many devices compatible. Well, that's right, because it's new technology. Qualcomm has to make the chipsets. They have to incorporate it into the equipment, and then it'll be coming out. So yes, we're looking at 2021 is probably when the new Wi-Fi routers come out. The new cell phones are already starting to come out with the hardware already in it. Carlos did a good job on that stream. The S20 phone today, everyone should watch it. Yes, I haven't watched it yet, but I will definitely watch it. Yes, he did. I watched the unboxing. Yes. Yeah, you got to check out Carlos' channel. Awesome channel. SMT's channel, Carlos' channel. Two very great channels. Well-wired directly modem with Cat 8 cable is the best. Yep. Yeah, it's hard to believe we're up to Cat 8 specifications. Now, what that is that's just a category. It's like LTE. It's a category of the network cables. You know, there was a Cat 5, then came up to 5E, then 6, and then 7, and now 8. So now the Cat 8 can do like serious gigabit speeds. So it's really, really crazy. All right, so we got 13 in the live here. We lost some people already. So either they're doing supper, dinner, or there's maybe another live stream that they're watching. So that's a possibility. Okay, so let's check this out. Well, if there's no water, they are not going to build boats. Same for your 6 gigahertz chips on phones. Yep, they're already starting to build them. All right, now here, we've already talked before about Qualcomm chipsets in phones, but this is geared at the Wi-Fi chipsets. So check this out. Here is what they're coming out with. This is the product. Trying to think if it's best from the top going down to the bottom or how they got this spaced apart here. These are networking products. So this is like Wi-Fi routers and network solutions and stuff like that. You got a Pro 1610, 4 times ARM Cortex A53. Well, all of them have that. Here's the standards. It'll do Wi-Fi 6, 6E, 802.11ac, Wave 5, 802.11a, B, and G, which is the old technology. A is just simply the 5.8 frequency. B is the 2.4 frequency. G is also the 2.4 frequency. And then the N standard was also the upgraded version of the A. So the A was the frequency, and then the N was the speed. That's your 300 speed, which is Wi-Fi 3. So right now, Wi-Fi, if you got an N in your phone or your router, you ain't going to get much speed out of it or range or performance. So if you have any device that has 802.11n, which is Wi-Fi 3, then when this new technology comes out next year for Wi-Fi 6E, that'd be a great time to upgrade. So you upgrade to that, and you'll be good to go then. You'll be, and especially if you use the Zeus routers, because they have the wireless mesh, the AI mesh, which means you can set up secondary devices to use as nodes and to extend your range in your house. This shows you the bands it has: 2.4, 5, and 6. Remember, the 6 gigahertz band also covers the 7 because it covers the whole lower end of the 7 as well. Look at this: 16 spatial streams. So you get 16 streams at the same time. And here's all your other parts here: massive user, MIMO, multiple in, multiple out. And then you got the 1210. It does up to 12 streams. 810 does up to 8 streams. The 610 does up to 6 streams. So they're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 different levels. So depending on how much traffic you have on your network. So the commercial stuff, where you have lots of people, commercial and business use, will be up here. If you're in your home, you don't have more than 5 or 6 people in your house, there's no reason to have 16 streams. But if you got up to 6 devices only in your house, this is going to be perfectly fine. And then we got mobile products. Oh yeah, here we go. This is how to tell when your phone will have Wi-Fi 6E in it. Fast Connect 6900. So there's some phones already out with the 6900. I'm pretty sure the Note 20 Ultra that just came out has the Fast Connect 6900. Now the Fast Connect 6700 was the previous. Now that doesn't have, well, yes, it does. It does have Wi-Fi 6E. So that's the two chipsets. Now remember, these chipsets are different from the modem, like the X50, X55, X60 modem. That's for the LT5GE side. These Fast Connect 6900 and the Fast Connect 6700 is strictly for the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth mode in it. So you got Wi-Fi 6, 6E, 802.11ax, AC. Basically, that's what that is. So it's all backwards compliant. Look, it can do the 160 megahertz channels, massive user MIMO, 8x8. Look at that, 8x8 on Wi-Fi. Can you imagine that? That's just crazy. And here's your Bluetooth. Bluetooth 5.2. I just did a video not too long ago of Bluetooth explaining it. So that was talking, I think the highest that went up on that video was 5.1. But now we got 5.2. So you won't need that 3.5 millimeter jack. I know everybody's talking about it. The 3.5 millimeter or the 2.5 or 3, whatever size it is. They're all mad because it's going away. But guess what? You're not going to need it. Because if you get a headset that has 5.2 in it and your phone does 5.2, it's going to do the high definition, high quality audio for your music and your sound. Amazing stuff. All right, let's catch up in the chat here. Let's see here what we got. YFS says, yeah. Gene says, yeah. I don't know what they're saying yeah about, but they're saying yeah. So what are you saying is I need to Starlink and Wi-Fi 6E router. Well, the thing is, I don't know what technology is going to be in the Starlink, but the main thing about the Starlink, the kit that comes in there, it's going to have a modem in it. That's the most important. And it's going to have a modem where you can plug your Cat 6 cable in it, Cat 6, Cat 7, Cat 8, Cat 9, whatever cable it is. Basically what you're going to do, you're going to take your Zeus router and you're going to plug it into the Starlink modem. And then you're going to use the Starlink modem to send it to your router, and then put your router out, and then you can use the AI mesh, expand your coverage, and then you can get these blazing fast speeds. So basically, whatever that Starlink spits out, you're going to get across your phone and your devices. That's what's going to happen. Now remember, Starlink, when it starts out, is going to be not really fast speeds. It's going to be comparable to LTE. It's not going to be really true 5G yet. It won't be until they get the satellite density up to about 12,000 satellites. Then we should get some close to gigabit speeds and pings under 10. It's going to take another year for that. So they keep launching. And if you didn't catch the video, yes, they're launching another batch of satellites on August 30th. I think it's this Sunday. I think it's 10:08 a.m. So yeah, you don't want to miss it for sure. Amazing, amazing what they're doing. Hey Gene, how much do you think a Wi-Fi 6E router will cost? Wow, there you go. Well, it depends on whether they make like three versions. They may make a like just like with phones. You got your low entry phone, your mid entry low, and your flagship phone. Well, and same thing what they made with the Wi-Fi 6 standard is they've made the same thing. You can buy a entry level, or you can buy a mid level, or the flagship, which is the ROG. If you haven't seen it, the ROG is awesome. Let's see, Newegg has it covers all these stuff. So let me pull that up. I'm going to show you guys. Yeah, the ROG stands for Republic of Gaming. So it's a gaming Wi-Fi. So networking. Let's see. Let's go to networking here. Okay, check this out. Map says yes, yes. They'll be expensive for the first year. Oh, they're going to be more than $200. Yeah, technology drops as it comes out too. So yeah, that's true. As with anything, look at the 5G phones. They're $1,000 and they can't even do 5G yet. They're just beta phones. Why would you want to spend $1,000 on a beta phone? The only benefit you're spending on $1,000 5G phone is the LTE, because the LTE is better, and you got 95% LTE out there. That's what a lot of people are missing on 5G. 5G is only 5% of the bandwidth, 10 at the most. How you doing? How you doing? Okay. So glad my modem has a built-in router. The thing is, you got a built-in Wi-Fi router in your modem. Most likely, if it's a cable provider, it's garbage. Comcast, the one I have here, is garbage. Even though it's Wi-Fi 6, still garbage. You're better off doing your own Wi-Fi. Get your own Zeus router, and you're going to have a lot better performance, and you can expand your coverage with the AI mesh. Yeah, Starlink is going to be tied to ground stations at the moment until they get more out, where they can laser data across the world from satellite to satellite. Well, the laser parting is already working. But yes, they are using ground stations as well right now in the beginning. They are using the laser stuff. But see, all the satellites have to be spaced together right first. So once they get that done, yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing. But yeah, they do have some ground stations that are beaming some technology up there. But you have to have that. You have to have ground stations that communicate with the satellites, as well as the satellites communicating between each other with laser. Let's see, I'm happy with my current Wi-Fi access for the price. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If what you have is working for you, then you're good. But if you're a gamer and you need some super duper speed, let's see. Let's go to wireless routers. Okay. Well, here, why isn't this thing? Oh, here. Gosh, it just updated. Okay, let's click on the Zeus. Okay, watch this. Click on the Zeus, and then we're also going to click on. I think I can do multiple standards. I think. The website's server's slow today on that website. Usually it's just instantly clicking. Okay. Oh, well, geez, it didn't even. I just clicked that. It didn't even. See what I mean? The website didn't even say what I clicked. Okay. Where are we at here? Okay, we want standard. Okay. Okay, here's the standards we want. We want all the 8Xs. That's Wi-Fi 6. All right, there's all the Wi-Fi 6s. And then while we're at it, let's do all the Wi-Fi 5s. Man, there's a whole bunch of them. Let me compare these things out here. Yeah, this is my router right here. It's the 3100. That's what I got. Okay, there we go. Apply. Let's see what else. This should make it all good here. Okay. Oh, look at this thing. It didn't even save this. I clicked it. It saved it. Why isn't it saving it? Oh, boy. Come on, Newegg. There we go. Click that. Now it should just only have Wi-Fi 5 and Wi-Fi 6 stuff up here. So you can kind of compare the prices here. So this is featured. We want to do low to high. Man. Lowest. I wonder if I'm streaming 1080p, it's bogging down the internet here. I do only have 30 megabits upload, so I guess if I had more upload, I would be better. That just shows you 30 megabits upload ain't always the best when you're doing like all this kind of stuff here. So maybe when I get caught up in things, I'll try to convince my my landlord to switch over to fiber because we can get AT&T fiber here. So I don't know if it's any good or not, but of course anything has to be better than Comcast, right? So look here, you can get. See, remember AC is Wi-Fi 5. You can get routers as cheap as this, but this is 2x2. You can tell by the antennas what it is. So if it's got 4 antennas, it's 2x2. Here we go. Here's this one here. This is AX. This is Wi-Fi 6. Look at this. You can get a Wi-Fi 6 router right now for 179. That's not too bad. But now this is not the one you want to get. Make sure that if you buy one, it's got AI mesh. See this little blue symbol here? If it don't have that blue symbol next to it, you don't want to get it because it's not even Wi-Fi or AI mesh compatible. So this one here, this is a 3x3. That's AI mesh compatible. That's only 37. This is 179. 4x4. Let's see. You go on up here. Here's a new one here. This one's got the massive multiple user, multiple MIMO. Isn't it kind of coincidence? MU-MIMO is the same technology as in 5G. Same exact technology. Wi-Fi and 5G is so similar, you guys have no idea. Now, when you get up here in the price, look here. This is a AC, which is Wi-Fi 5, 4x4, massive user, multiple in and out. It's $281. And this is a tri-band, okay? So what this has, it has 2.4 in it and two 5.8 bands in it. So it has 3 radios in it, a 2.4 radio, a 5.8 radio, and then a second 5.8 radio. So that's what gives it double the capacity, puts more users on. It's got 4x4, massive user MIMO, and also, well, this one don't say it's got AI mesh. So yeah, so you wouldn't want this one because it don't have, you got to go up to this one. There we go. This one here has AI mesh in it. So you want to get this one. But of course, if you got one room you want it in and you don't need to expand the area, like you don't have a garage outside, a basement, upstairs, downstairs, a large house, multi-story, then you don't need this. You just put one of these in a room, you can get by with 281. But if you're going to do multiple nodes, you can buy this as your main unit for 344, and then you can turn around and get some of these smaller ones like this and put out through your house for 137. and that'll get you some speeds. Or if you want to go the next one up, the 4x4, which would be the better one to get, you could go with this one. This is what I have right here. This is my router I got. I have the AC3100. It's 4x4, massive user, massive in and out. So that's what I got. Of course, I paid less than this. It was on special one day. I got mine for like $189. So I have one of these, and then I have this right here. Not this one here. It's the 66. Wherever the 66 one is. I don't even see the 66. It's the RT66. They probably don't even make it no more. But anyways, it's kind of like this. I think this is the replacement to it. I think the 66 was replaced by the 1900. So it's basically I got one of these. So I got one of these downstairs, and I got one of this on my main floor here, and it covers everything really good. Then when you go out here, and now here you got this one. Now this is the Wi-Fi 6. I think Carlos has got this one here. This is the new Wi-Fi 6 that came out. It does 12 streams. It's Wi-Fi 6. This thing is amazing. And it's $450. So it is very expensive. And look, it's out of stock. You know why it's out of stock? Because it's badass. That's what it is. So yeah, it's really good. Now this doesn't have the symbol next to it says that it does AI mesh. So this one might not do AI mesh. They probably didn't come out with any more models of this because when Wi-Fi 6E come out, they said, "Oh, hold up. There's no sense in even making new these with just plain Wi-Fi 6 in it when 6E's coming out." So they're probably going to wait, and then Asus is going to come out with the Wi-Fi 6E in something kind of like this and have a model. It probably has AI mesh and all that. So I would say the price is probably going to be pretty close to this, $450, $500, $600. So yeah, it's very pricey, but hey, if you need the bandwidth, you need the speed, you need the low pings, you're a gamer at your house, maybe you have like 3 families living in your house and you got a whole bunch of kids. They're all doing school from home. They all got to be connected. They all got to be doing stuff. So it just depends on what you guys are doing. Okay, let's see what we got here in the chat. Let's see. Let me find my place here. Come on, StreamYard. We need this new feature. Highlight the comments I've already clicked on so I can find my place fast. Paying you $50 a month. I'm happy with my current Wi-Fi access points for the price. Lasers, what? Don't use a provider's router. Use bridge mode and use your own. Well, you don't want to use bridge mode. Bridging is just basically, it's point-to-point Wi-Fi. It's when you're dedicating one unit to another unit to expand coverage, like over like apartment complex or multiple buildings. So bridging is a little bit different. Whereas AI mesh is just basically multiple nodes and free roaming. So basically you can have your phone in one room. You can go down to the basement. Your phone's going to connect to that node down there. You go upstairs. It connects to the main unit. Then you go upstairs to the second floor. The phone's going to automatically connect to that node up there. You go out to your garage. It's going to connect to that node. So it's almost like handoffs. You could be doing stuff, be on a phone call. It's got handoffs as quick and fast as a cell phone. So it acts just like a cell phone. So you have the main unit, and then you got the nodes. And all you do is you just walk around, and your signal changes. It keeps it stable and all that kind of stuff. You can do so much more if you build your own router and compile DD, WRT, or Tomato on it. It just takes so much time. Oh, okay. That's some high-tech hacking stuff there, too. Newegg had a place to pick orders up in person on here in California. It's really cool. Okay. Glad to see we got some computer networking type people in here. I only got 11 people in here, so evidently this is either a boring subject or there's another live stream on because there's nobody here. It's just 11 people. So let's see. The planet Earth is going to the hurricane in Beaumont, Texas. Okay. The planet Earth, is that like a storm chasing team or something like that? I guess that's what that is. Gene says, YFS, I use Newegg to have orders sent to my house. Yep, you can do the shipping too. That's actually where I got my router. I ordered my 3200 from these guys, and the other one, the 66, I ordered them, and they came here. I got it like 18 months ago when I moved in here. It was great. Now I have fast speeds. So when I'm on my Note 9, no matter where I go, I can go outside anywhere on the property. I can go, well, I mean, my place is just small here. It's just 250 square feet. It's very small. But I can go in here. I can go outside with that second unit downstairs. I'm covered. I can get the full 500 megabits of speed that my Comcast gives me. I can get it anywhere on the property here. So it's really great. It's really awesome. Oh, your access point has 3x3 YFS. I was debating getting AT&T fiber, but it seems like you can't use your own router standalone. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Well, that's crazy. Because unless they have all the technology in Wi-Fi 6 and coming up 6E, see, that's the thing. Whatever's built into your modem, that's what you got to use. They're all combined. So in order to upgrade your Wi-Fi, you have to get a new modem, which is crazy. And it's a pain in the butt dealing with Comcast and these cable companies. Say, hey, I want to change my modem out. You change the modem out too many times a year, they'll probably deny you because it costs them extra money. The best thing to do is just, if you can, buy your own modem, buy your own Zeus router, plug it into your Comcast, and be done with it. You don't have to pay the $15 a month fee that they have. That's another thing, the $15 a month. The lease fee. You buy your own after a year, it's paid off, and then you're putting $15 in your pocket. But the only bad thing is, if it goes bad, you got to buy a new one. If you're leasing it, they give you another one, and you just keep on going. So that's the nice thing about that. If you do buy anything off of here, off of like Newegg or a place, make sure you get that square trade warranty. So if it breaks, then you get your money. Most time they don't even deal with replacing them or fixing them or repairing them. They'll just give you a new device. They'll just give you a new one. Or if they can't give you a new one, they'll send you a check in the mail, and then you can just go buy another device. I think they give you up to like 85% of your money, whatever you pay. And that's a good deal, because most time the warranty costs like $5 or $6. You just add it on top of the price when you buy it. So I highly suggest Square Trade warranty that they have on Newegg. Newegg is a great place to buy this stuff at. Great site. It's been business for many years. Can I use those routers for the smartphone mobile data, or is it special made routers made for that data? Oh, you're talking about the homebrew. Okay. Okay. PF Sense. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Yeah. Home internet service provider limited out in rural areas. I use my smartphone as my ISP. Use your smartphone as your ISP? Also, I heard if I use tether software to the PC, then the router can get internet from it. Yeah. Yeah, but sometimes tethering is not that good for your phone. I don't think you can get the full speed and capability out of it. What is OFDMA? Apparently the new routers will propagate differently throughout the house. Yes, OFDMA is orthogonal frequency division multiple access. That's what OFDMA is. And really, it's the frequency that has to do with propagation. The OFDMA, that's the digital technology that's sending the packet data out. So that's what that is. And funny thing is, LTE is very similar to it. It almost has the same. Planet X, good. You can get a Raspberry Pi to a proxy PDNet, connect to your main. Yeah, I have Raspberry Pi. Yeah. Look, I'll show you my Raspberry Pi. If I can show it to you. If I can show it. My keyboard's not reaching very far here. Here. You can see it. Yeah. There's my Raspberry Pi. I got the cord stretched over there. Power cord's touch. I'm going to accidentally unplug this thing if I ain't careful. There you go. Yeah, here. You can see it. Yeah. There's Raspberry Pi in this thing. That computer system runs my digital mobile radio network. This is connected to the internet. This connects to the internet, to the server, and then my walkie-talkie connects to this, and that's how I talk around the world on my digital mobile radio. So I can talk to this all over the whole world, because this connects the internet, the radio to the internet, and to repeater systems. So I can talk to a repeater system in another country, another state. It's really cool. So yeah, Raspberry Pi is in that, and Raspberry Pi is pretty amazing. If I hook a keyboard mouse to that, I can actually have that could be actually my computer. So yeah, Raspberry Pi is pretty interesting. They basically force you to use their modem router, since it has optical network terminal modem built into the router. Not sure if Newegg has one that works with that. Oh, you're talking about for fiber. Okay, yeah. Yeah, see, fiber is a different animal. I'm not even really familiar how it's set up. So my Pi is being used as Wi-Fi to Ethernet connection from my mom's work computer since she can't connect Wi-Fi directly. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's still some things out there that's pretty complicated. So, all right, let's see. All right, let's talk about this next here. Let's see here. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about this Qualcomm stuff here. And then we're going to close this stream down. It's been an hour and a half, or hour and 20 minutes. Only got 10 people in here, so there's not very many people in here. So I guess it's just a busy night for people and they can't make the stream. Or maybe they can't watch the stream because it's in 1080p. Maybe that's a possibility. So for whatever the reason is, this is crazy. This is probably the lowest amount of people I've ever had on a live stream. Usually I have at least 20, 30, 40 in at a time. That's okay. If people missed it, they can watch it on the replay. Okay, Qualcomm. Now they're going to have a tri-band Wi-Fi 6. Now remember, the tri-band Wi-Fi 6 that's out now is different from the tri-band Wi-Fi 6 that's coming out. So what they're going to do is they're going to switch out instead of having a 2.4 band, a 5.8 band, and then a second 5.8 band. The third radio, they're going to switch out to a Wi-Fi 6E is what they're going to do. So it's going to have all three bands. And it can actually do all three bands and pair them together. So it's going to do carrier aggregation. That's the whole nice thing. It can take the 2.4, the 5.8, and the 6, carrier aggregate all three bands together. It's crazy. So 4 streams with Wi-Fi 6E, 160 megahertz, enabling over 4 gigabit speeds. So with this new update, Qualcomm 4K QAM in 6 gigahertz band, this is crazy. This is mad crazy specs here. We're talking about 4 gigabits per second. Now you got to remember, I don't think there's any home Wi-Fi that's 4 gigabits. Now you can go at a commercial business and they can set it up. You can actually apply for 2 services. And where, like, if you got a max of 1 gigabit a service at your business, you can actually request a second dedicated line with a gigabit. And then what you do is you take 2 1 gigabit Cat5 cables, plug them into this, and now you're going to get 2 gigabits across your system. So they have the dual WAN capability out now already in the Zeus routers, where you can actually put 2 different modems coming in. And you can even do backup. You can actually put your cell phone modem on there and connect it. It's pretty nice. And here's the platforms I just talked about: 610, 810, 1210, 1610. Those are the different platforms of the hardware. So as you see, Qualcomm is really good. Now let's talk about Bluetooth. Now let's switch over to Bluetooth. The Qualcomm Fast Connect 6900 and the Qualcomm Fast Connect 6700. It does Wi-Fi 6E. Now we're talking about on the phones. This is on the phone. This is not on the equipment at your house, Wi-Fi equipment. This is on your phones to connect. Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.2. With next generation Fast Connect portfolio set to accelerate technology benefits across smartphone tiers, low latency Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, multi-gigabit Wi-Fi speeds for next-gen content and apps, Wi-Fi 6E capability, and upgraded Bluetooth coverage. Wire class voice and music quality wirelessly. So there you go. It's going to make your music and sound better. That's the beautiful thing of it. Okay, so here's your phone. Got 6E in it now. Now watch this. Transition from 4G LTE to 5G. Transition from Wi-Fi 5 to Wi-Fi 6E. So, and Bluetooth audio. Technology transitions are continuously raising the bar for connected experiences. More immersive mobile experience. Indoors and outdoors, at home and on the go, watching, sharing, gaming, listening, interacting with others, and our environments. Dependable quality of service regardless of location of technology. So Qualcomm is knocking out of the ballpark. This is just amazing. Oh, here's another slide. Oh, this is back to the actual house stuff here. This is a little bit more details on the specs on this stuff. The 610. So you got 6 stream. Well, yeah, we already said that on that other slide there. 6 stream. This is the speed boost is 200% better than 600. 5.4 is your top speed. Oh, look at this. Look at the 16 stream down here. Look at that. 10.8 gigabits per second. I mean, just think about that. This isn't real world testing. This is like reality. This is what the device would do in real world. This isn't like in a lab. This is certified for these speeds. 10.8 gigabits. It's crazy. And even the 610, it'll do 5.4. That blows away any millimeter wave that's out there now. And here's your configuration. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4. This is 224, and this is 444, and this is 4 plus 8 plus 4. That's the band configurations for like the carrier aggregation. It just blows them all away. Okay, so there we go. YFS says that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. Wow, that sounds exactly what I can do, although I'm not familiar with Raspberry Pi, but do know PDA Net. There you go. Yeah, Raspberry Pi is pretty amazing. And they're using a lot of these DMR devices for amateur radio, which is cool. Yeah, also, I'm going to be doing a live stream about amateur radio in the future coming up. So I probably won't have 10 people watching that, but that's okay. People watch it on replay. If you're interested in amateur radio at all, you want to know what it's about, what it can do for you, and check it out. So I will be doing a live stream on that. I got a lot more videos coming. I was just waiting for this camera to come in and get my green screen all set up. I think I got it good. It's not messing up on me. So, and with this wide screen with this new camera, instead of 720p to 1080, it actually widened the thing up. So the green screen was 6.5 feet wide. Well, when I turned this camera on, guess what? The green screen wasn't wide enough to cover it. So I had to turn the green screen sideways because it's 6.5 by 10 or 11 or something like that. So I turned it sideways. So it's 6.5 feet tall, which covers my inside here. And I spread it over across the side. And now I'm good. You see, look, if I turn it, well, that's not covered. Oh, there's the end. See, there's the end right there. I had to turn it that much to get to the end. But there we go. Yeah, that's just crazy. Another way to set things up is use ICS, Internet Connection Sharing, to connect your laptop to a gigabit switch and then bridge router via a Cat6 cable so laptop connects to the phone via USB tether. Woo! Look at that. MS knows his networking stuff. He knows his networking stuff. Good job there. Yeah, thanks for throwing that out there. Bye. Got to work tomorrow. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's 10 o'clock already. All right, Josh. Good night. Good. Thanks for stopping by. Hotspot my phone to router using VoNet's Wi-Fi to Ethernet adapter as a backup for Xfinity, just in case. Okay. Well, that's good. You can never have too many backups and stuff. All right. Well, that sounds good. Hour and 29 minutes. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed the Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth presentation there. As always, I'll be bringing some more content, some more videos coming, some more live streams coming. Let's see, what is today? Wednesday? Thursday? So I don't know when I'll do next live stream. I don't know. I know SMT does Friday night and Carlos does Saturday night. Hopefully we can try to get some kind of schedule going so like we can just have dedicated days. I know everybody's busy with life and everything, but I'm going to try to coordinate with those two and see if we can get some dedicated days. It's just so hard when you have just 2 streams a day because people are busy. They don't have time. See, they watch Carlos' stream, and now they got to do other stuff. They don't have time to watch my stream. So that's why I don't like doing my stream before or after. because I don't want to take away from other content people. So I'm thinking about doing some kind of Twitter massive group, just to have a group of content, and each one can just. I'm going to do that. I think I'll do that as soon as we get done with the stream. I'm going to make a certain group. I'm going to invite all the content creators that do lives, and then just say, hey, use this to announce when you're going to do your lives, or if you have a regularly scheduled live. That way we can all kind of plan around it. We can all coordinate, because I think if we coordinate together with our live streams, I think it'd be great. We can get the maximum amount of viewers, and it will really help. Nope, got some more content. Let's see. Oh, Baby Yoda says, thanks, Ricky. You're welcome, man. Good to see you. Eric says, yeah. All right, so don't forget, like the video, share it, all the social media. And if you guys haven't went and made or become a member of the Facebook group, make sure you do that. Remember, at the bottom of my YouTube channel, go all the way to the bottom of the page. Like I said in a video earlier I did today, all the links are down there. So if you want to go to the Facebook page, you click that link, go straight to it. You just sign up. Now I got set to moderator has to approve you. So when you join there, I think I even ask a question, some kind of question. I don't know. I forget. I think I made a silly question like, who's the worst carrier out there? And I think I made Skunky, or I don't know. There was some kind of question that said in here. So anyways, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. See you next time on the next live stream. Good night to you.